The United States has been discussing a three-point solution to address the conflict in the Palestinian enclave, aiming to bring about an end to the war and find a resolution to the call for a sovereign Palestinian state. Meanwhile, the US also supports a two-state solution. This would create separate Israeli and Palestinian states with borders similar to those that existed before the 1967 war. The territory would include the Gaza Strip, the West Bank and parts of East Jerusalem. Sanjay Kapur, international affairs expert, is joining us live. Sanjay, the US clearly looking at ways on a long-term solution to the current conflict.
Yes, good morning, Uday. The burden of resolving the crisis actually rests entirely on the US, because at the end of the day, if you look at it, Israel is nothing without the support that the US gives. It gives a huge amount of assistance from the U.S. Congress and all the weapon system, armaments and everything, despite all the bravado that Mr. Netanyahu may be exuding. There is nothing that he can do without the U.S. So if the U.S. is keen to find a solution to the crisis, which has been long overdue. It's almost 70 years this has been going on, and there's been so much bloodshed and antagonism which has been building up in the entire Middle East towards Israel, and even much of the turmoil that we have seen over the last many years is primarily because of an unresolved conflict, which is a legacy of colonialism, that is Palestine. So surely the U.S. has to do it, but if the burden falls on, for example, Egypt, then it will be unacceptable, because there is an attempt to push the refugees towards, through the Rafah checkpoint to Sinai, which is actually a desert where nothing grows, nothing inhabits. Nobody inhabits in substantial numbers, and they want to push the Palestinians there. Egypt has been defying that, but let us see, because of three-point formula that the U.S. is talking about, it has to be discussed. It has to come out. It can't be, dealt very stealthily and put out, and then the same problems come up later again, because if you remember, in 1948, the Israeli state came into existence. You also recall the Nakba, when most of these Palestinians are thrown out. In 2015, the UN actually acknowledged that the Palestinian rights were never discussed. The protection was not even discussed. So this is what we are seeing at the moment, when you have the Israeli defense minister calling them human animals. So the degradation that has taken of human lives because of the conflict, that has to end.
Absolutely, Sanjay Kapur. Thank you for joining us with your perspective on that story. Okay, I believe Colonel J.S. Sodhi, a defense expert, has also joined us back on the broadcast. Colonel Sodhi, do you believe that these possible solutions being thought about by the US will be accepted by Israel?
Well, Uday, first of all, I welcome the proposal, the three-point proposal of USA in proposing to, settle this long dispute, which has seen hundreds and thousands of human lives being lost on both the sides, be it in Palestine or be it in Israel. Well, I am hopeful, and I am pretty sure that when USA would have put this, there would have been back channel talks with Israel, and there would be some kind of approval given by Israel before USA has put this three-point proposal in the public domain. Because Israel also knows that in the current times, it will be difficult to fight all the Arab nations as it was easier decades back. Because this time, the Arab nations surrounding Israel, apart from their increased economic and military might, they also have the full support of China and Russia, which was not there a few decades back. So it is in the interest of Israel that it accepts the three-point proposal of USA, and it sits with the Palestinians across the negotiating table and discuss a two-state solution, which many top leaders of the world, be it Joe Biden or Rishi Sunak, have been advocating for long. And historically, if we see, it was passed by the United Nations in 29 November 1947. Had it been accepted that time, so much of bloodshed would not have taken place.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.